And who watched this fiasco with these wonderful tournament matches that mean nothing to their business?
Let's go to the numbers here. The AEW ratings.
800 and what thousand?
AEW Dynamite for December 13th. These were compiled by WrestleNomics. AEW Dynamite on average was watched by 845,000 viewers.
There you go. Does it have the last several weeks on your graph there? I don't want you to go looking.
It doesn't have it in front of me.
Okay, but looking. It's 835. It's 825. It's 845. You got to say one thing about them. They're consistent. They do an 800 and something average. They start out with almost 1 million. They end up with barely 700,000 every week.
Keep that number in mind, 845, because it's a very interesting story here this week.
Okay.
Let me start by telling you, because WrestleNomics has this. The Big Bang Theory at 7:30 averaged 1,157,000 viewers.
So the Big Bang Theory, which is reruns of a situation comedy from years ago, in non-primetime a time slot, in a primetime adjacent time slot, does almost 1.2 million viewers. But the first run program that they air in their entire, 2 hours of their 3-hour primetime block averages over 300,000 less than that. That doesn't look good to me right there, but go ahead.
Quarter 1, 8 to 8:15 p.m., the Samoa Joe, Adam Page, Roderick Strong live promo and angle, followed by the beginning of Roddy Strong versus Adam Page with picture-in-picture, 1,098,000 viewers.
Oh my God, okay, so for the first time in a long time, they start out with over 1 million viewers, and they've still lost 59,000 from the Big Bang, but there's a bunch of Big Bangers still there. Where do we go from here, now that all the children have grown up?
We bang on to quarter 2, 8:15 to 8:30 p.m., the continuation of Strong versus Page, an ad break, and the start of Andrade El Idolo versus Brody King. 868,000 viewers.
Oh! That's 230,000 in 15 minutes? Okay, so maybe there was something in the water on the eastern seaboard that paralyzed people's legs at 8 o'clock and prevented them from standing up and leaving the room or something.
And Jim, at this point, let me give you this number that WrestleNomics provided. Excluding the first quarter hour, the 1 million, that's all the way over the top there, the total viewership would be 810,000 compared to 840,000. So in terms of how much that first quarter and whatever is left over from the Big Bang help by 30,000 in the average there.
Yeah.
Again, when you're looking at AEW and where they are, there's a lot of artificial things that somehow boost the number up a little bit, but if you get past that, it's not a pretty picture. Let's go back to quarter 3. The continuation of Andrade El Idolo versus Brody King with picture-in-picture. 874,000 viewers.
Well, they got 6,000 back out of the 230.
We now go to 8:45 to 9 p.m., quarter 4. The Kevin and Ross and Marshall Von Erich confrontation with Orange Cassidy, Trent Beretta, and Danhausen. An ad break. And Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega, the Winnipeg Jets confrontation with Big Billy Starks. 888,000 viewers. And the second highest in the key demo. But 888,000 viewers.
So, their basically biggest name ex-WWE star and their biggest elite fellow team up and get an extra 14,000 viewers. And the question is, where do they go from here? Because it was so bad. Did anybody sit through this?
Well, everyone wanted to see what was going to happen at the big 9 o'clock hour, 9 to 9:15 p.m., quarter 5. A recap followed by Riho versus Ruby Soho.
Oh, here we go. And the people are about to go.
With picture-in-picture and a post-match with Timeless Tony Storm, followed by a Wardlow video and another ad break. 804,000 viewers.
All right, so 84,000 people said we've seen enough, and as I'm looking at their average with these numbers, I have a feeling that the attrition is beginning to start in earnest.
Well, it continues in earnest in quarters 6, 9:15 and 9:30 p.m. Jay Lethal versus Roosh, a Swerve Strickland Jon Moxley video, and Mark Briscoe versus Jay White. 771,000 viewers.
Not as bad as I was afraid. That's only another 33,000.
Well, we go from there to quarters 7, 9:30.
I see they've got more room to fall.
Well, 9:30 to 9:45, quarter 7, Mark Briscoe versus Jay White continued with picture-in-picture ads, an ad break, a final battle video, and main event entrances for the next match. 725,000 viewers.
And there went another 46,000. Now they have, since the top of the 9 o'clock hour, they've gone from 804,000 to 725,000, but that's not as bad as the first hour where they lost 210,000 total viewers from where they started. So, and they're down 373,000 from the start of the program.
Well, we go to quarter 8, and we also have a 5-minute overrun.
Oh, yeah.
9:45 to 10 p.m., Jon Moxley versus Swerve Strickland with picture-in-picture. 755,000 viewers. 5-minute overrun. The conclusion of the match, and Adam Page attacked by the Devil's Friends. 772,000 viewers.
And again, did 17,000 people just show up to watch the last 4 minutes of that match, or they thought they were going to see something else? And that's I'm not saying that all 700-something thousand tuned into there was enough people tuning into the next program that it made a difference of 17,000 people. But
if they keep this up, they're going to be averaging under 800,000 pretty soon, not counting the first quarter's artificial bump.
If you take quarter 2 as a real number, instead of where they started, they still lost 98,000 people, but they didn't lose 300 and fucking, what did I say it was, 25,000 or whatever from the start of the program to the end like they did in this fucking deal. So
no MJF?
Well, I mean, is that a difference maker these days? He's still somewhat, but not like it was, because
he'd be a difference maker at 9 o'clock over Riho doing 804.
Well, sure, but anybody would have made a difference over Riho.